Ouais, je suis en direct. Bonsoir, bonsoir, chers amis. Ouais. On se retrouve ce soir pour un nouvel épisode sur honkaistarrail. Donc, voilà, chers amis, nous avons terminé la dernière fois le Ramdam à l'allée des Orums. Et c'est plutôt sympa d'avoir pu terminer le Ramdam à l'allée des Orums. Donc, disons, dans la lignée de... Ça, il dit il y a quelques semaines que nous allons donc essayer de faire un peu tout ceci dans l'ordre, principalement. Donc, théoriquement, donc là, il faut qu'on fasse la prochaine quête de continuité pionnière. Mais, depuis, j'ai un peu changé d'avis. Disons, là, on a encore 4 semaines environ pour terminer... disons, pour faire les quêtes à Penacony. Pour faire le bruit, la fureur et les autres quêtes qui vont probablement avec. Donc, moi je me dis, on va peut-être bourrer les continuités pionnières. Donc on va commencer Marche à terme, vu que de toute façon même avec l'ancien plan c'était prévu. Puis après, une fois qu'on aura fait le marché à terme et ce qui va avec, peut-être qu'on pourra le faire d'ici aujourd'hui et demain. Nous avons plusieurs heures devant nous. Et ensuite, on fera couronne du commun et du divin. Comme ça, on sera à jour, au moins, en termes de tout ce qui est quête principale et quête principale secondaire. Et on saura tout. On sera à jour et on pourra aller dans la mission pionnière, le bruit et la fureur. Ça me paraît plutôt bien comme plan, non? Donc, en tout cas, ce soir, donc, on va commencer le marché à terme, la fin d'un songe d'hiver. Pour les sons, non, la voie de voyager, ce n'est pas seulement de vivre une pléthore de nouvelles aventures, mais c'est de retrouver de vieux amis, car c'est aussi une des plus belles choses qui composent un périple. La glace et la neige de Jaril-6 sont en train de fondre, et tout semble indiquer que Beolobug va connaître un futur radieux. Et ça veut dire on redécouvre les plaisirs de la vie et prépare même les festivités pour faire leurs adieux au l'hiver éternel. Toutefois, derrière cette façade de tranquillité, un courant obscur, imprégné de l'odeur de l'argent et de dessins cachés, est en train de couler. Bref, quand on parle argent dans cet univers, on parle de la CPI, évidemment. Mais bon, on verra bien. Donc, d'ailleurs, là, je me dis, on avance plutôt bien sur honkaistarrail. Si jamais on a réussi à avancer suffisamment vite, vu que bon, j'ai aussi les yeux un peu sur Zenless Zone 0 qui va sortir cette année. Mais si jamais on arrive à avancer très rapidement sur tout ce qui est tous les trucs, toutes les quêtes, je me dis on va continuer peut-être un peu avec le rythme de live. Et on pourra faire peut-être quelques jeux indés à l'occasion. J'ai envie de refaire le premier Subnautica en live, par exemple. Ça me démange un peu depuis quelques temps. Je voulais aussi faire quelques autres jeux. Mais bon. Quoi qu'il en soit, allons parler avant de parler à Marche 7. Nous avons des messages, c'est vrai, occupons-nous de tout ceci. Dans Sushang. Stell, est-ce que tu connais Yanqing? J'ai entendu parler de lui. J'ai déjà entendu ce nom. Oui, tu en parles souvent. Ah oui, non, putain, mais non, c'est Yao Qing dont le vaisseau de Sushang, il vient, putain. Putain, on s'est trompé. L'enfant prodige des chevaliers des nuages. Je t'ai vu s'entraîner à l'épée aujourd'hui. Je n'arrive même pas à suivre ses mouvements. J'en suis choqué. Il est tellement jeune. Comment peut-il être aussi talentueux? C'est un prodige. Peut-être un de ces prodiges des arts martiaux. Il n'a peut-être que des facilités physiques pour le combat. On a tout l'air. Maintenant que j'y pense, manie un peu son épée comme ma mère. Je devrais aller lui demander des conseils. Je veux bien t'accompagner. Très bien. Ok. Je crois qu'il n'a rien de plus à dire. Excellent. D'ailleurs, très bientôt, il faut aussi qu'on fasse les sauts. 4 jours. On fera ça demain soir. C'est acté. Demain soir, on ira pêcher Gwynaifen et Misha. En tout cas, ça me fait penser au début, quand on faisait, quand j'étais sur Genshin Impact. Quand on faisait les vœux et qu'on était un peu perdu. Cette immensité de persos qu'on pouvait obtenir. Maintenant, il m'en manque 9. Sur 73. C'est tout une autre histoire. D'ailleurs, c'est vrai que... Non, c'est pas ça. On a des sans noms, c'est autre chose. C'est vrai que... On en a la moitié des persos. Il me reste 4 persos, 4 étoiles. Et si les vœux se passent bien, il nous restera 2. Hein. Et Sampo, on devrait pouvoir le récupérer à la fin avec une récompense. Il y a tellement de persos que j'aimerais avoir. Mais qu'on ne peut pas avoir tout de suite. D'ailleurs, eux, on devrait pouvoir les voir aujourd'hui. Hein, dans cette quête, il me semble. L'équipe de surveillance des dettes spéciales et un poste haut placé au sein des départements des investissements stratégiques de la Corporation pour la paix interastrale. Ouais. Bon. Donc, message, il reste que celui de la famille d'Astra Express pour lancer la suite de l'histoire principale. Donc, on n'y touche pas. Donc là, il y a ceci, cela, les agences du passé. C'est vrai que mémoire, tous ces trucs, mémoire du chaos et pure fiction, on n'y a pas touché. Bon. Voilà, il me semble qu'on a fait le tour. On a récupéré les succès. Donc parlons à Marche et lançons cette aventure. J'espère que c'est la seule chose qu'on va lancer et qu'on va pas faire de conneries.
Hey, did you hear about our next stop? It's a world called Penacony. I hear it's a beautiful, dreamy place. I'm so excited. But Pom-Pom said the banquet we were invited to is still a little ways off. What can I do to pass the time? Huh? Is that my phone? Must be the group chat.
Ah. Ah tiens. Équipage de l'Express. Pouvez-vous lire ce message? Eh, Bronia. Oui, noir sur blanc. Ça fait longtemps, Bronia. Bronia, tu nous manques terriblement. Super, je craignais que mon message ne passe pas. Je sais combien vous êtes occupé, alors je serai brève. Laisse-moi commencer l'organisation du Festival du Soleil Radieux, un événement... Un événement traditionnel à Bellobog. Ces dernières années, les festivités étaient suspendues à cause du blocus et du fragmentum, mais les Bellogboriens ont plus que jamais besoin de ces moments de fête pour retrouver le moral. Votre emploi du temps vous le permet, j'aimerais vous inviter au Festival du Soleil Radieux pour que vous puissiez constater les efforts qu'on a déployés pour remettre Bellobog sur pied. Bien sûr. Je viendrai, sois-en sûr. Oh, si la fête, la bragne, la nouba, je suis faite pour ça. J'apprécierais grandement que vous veniez. Vous manquez beaucoup à tout le monde ici. Danheng est occupé ces derniers temps, il n'a pas encore envoyé aucun message sur le groupe de discussion. Qui plus sa chambre en ce moment, je crois qu'il a éteint tous ses appareils. On ira le prévenir pour toi. Merci, Marche. C'est vrai que c'est indiqué qu'il est dans la discussion. J'ai grande hâte de tous vous retrouver lors du Festival du Soleil Radieux. Elle envoie des roses. Hop, très bien.
That Don Hung. He can't just ignore Bronya. Let's go to his room and talk to him.
Bon, marché à terme, prologue. Bon, allons chercher ce sac. Hop. Ouroboros, un ancien Noyon régnant sur la voie de la voracité. Il dévore les mondes insatiablement. Ouais, c'est un Léviathan aussi. À skip. Bonjour. Bonjour, Monsieur Danheng. Il est nouveau ici, Monsieur Danheng. Ok, j'ai vu un...
Bronya just sent all of us a message. Did you see it yet?
Yes, I saw it.
Then why didn't you reply? Bronya's a good friend of ours.
I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood for idle chat. There's been a lot weighing on my mind since the Lofu. It was tough on the spirit.
Don Hung. I'm the one who should be sorry. I was being too pushy. You're right. You went through a lot on the Xianzhou. Take all the time you need.
Bon, il y a des quêtes qu'on n'a pas faites, mais je pense que ça devrait aller. Bon, on les a commencées, malheureusement, mais bon, on les a pas finis. Danheng, reste à boire d'express et repose-toi.
Thank you for understanding. It's great that Belobog is able to host a celebration. I hope your trip goes well. Say hi to our friends for me.
Okay. Rest up. You're not allowed to miss the next Trailblaze expedition.
I'll be there next time.
Ouais.
He won't budge, huh? Looks like it's just the two of us then.
Bon, c'est pas grave.
Pity. He's gonna miss out. We never get the chance to go on a stress-free adventure.
Si seulement. Une aventure a été éprouvante pour lui.
I know, but it's still a shame, don't you think?
Ouais, mais bon.
If only Himeko could come with us.
On n'a pas demandé à Monsieur Yang de nous accompagner.
Maybe not. He's still wheezing from the trouble we got into on the Xianzhou. You didn't notice? At his age, he might not appreciate the extra... excitement.
Comment ça, à son âge?
Why don't we go ask Himeko to tag along? She might be up for an adventure. You've been on the Express for a while now, but you've never gone on a trip with Himeko before, right? Well, now's your chance.
C'est vrai. On n'a pas fait tant de trucs avec Himeko. Voilà, c'est les lapins. Pourtant, Nada, le café émane de cette chambre. Ouais, ça doit être celle de Welt. Elle était engluée. Ah, tiens, Himeko est là.
Hey, Marche. That's a big smile on your face. What's the good news?
Himeko, there's a celebration coming up on Eurillo 6, organized by the Supreme Guardian, and we're invited to go take in the sights and sounds. Don Hung won't be going anywhere for a while. He's still resting up, so wanna come with us? I mean, considering how you helped us out with Cocolia, I'm sure Branya would be happy to see you.
Ah, so that explains the grin. You're excited about the celebration. Thanks for the invite, but I'm afraid my hands are full right now. Please send my regards to the Supreme Guardian. Make the most of the festivities. You've earned it. You two and Don Hung did help save Eurillo 6 after all. I'll be sure to join you guys next time.
Navigators really do have their plates full, huh? Seems like it's just you and me this time. Let me go pack some stuff for the trip first. Come and find me when you're ready to set off.
Ah, c'est dommage. C'est dommage, ça aurait été cool d'avoir Himeko. Ça rappellerait le tout début du jeu. Bon. Tiens, la marche qui se fait belle.
So, what do you think about my new dress? Pretty neat, right?
Quand est-ce que tu l'as acheté?
It's actually not new. I just never had the right occasion to try it on. This kind of event doesn't come around every day. Why shouldn't I dress for the occasion? You're not really gonna wear that same old outfit, are you? Let's just pretend I never said anything. As long as one of us is making an effort.
Bon. Aïe aïe. Ah là c'est photo. Oh y'a Bailou. Y'a un petit pom-pom. La matrice. Ah, c'est toujours les mêmes photos, c'est ça? Ah, c'est Woohoo en bas. Ah, ok. Bon! Retournez à Bellobog et Marche semaine.
Pajamas, hot water bottle, pom-pom doll. That should be everything. Let's go. Wow, that was fast. Don't you have anything you want to bring with you?
Non, je me suffis à moi-même. Pourquoi t'amènes une peluche pom-pom?
Well, I thought since Pom-Pom can't leave the express, bringing a doll with us is kind of like taking them trailblazing. I was just taking a look at Mr. Yang's records, and it seems like Eurillo 6's average temperature has warmed up quite a bit. It's much warmer than it was on our first trip there. I wouldn't call it livable just yet, but things are looking up. I'm so happy for Branya and Zila. Ready to go?
Plus de 2 fois qu'une. Ça va faire la fête.
Bellabog, here we come.
Allons-y! Tiens.
Bellabog. 700 years. It's never too late to pick up the tab.
Aïe aïe aïe, il y a des dettes à repayer. Rendez-vous.
How do people living in all this snow celebrate anything?
C'est quoi cette équipe? J'avais pas la pionnière avant? Voilà.
Oh, one thing's for sure, though. Where there's a celebration, there's bound to be food, right? Come on, Bellabog. Don't let me down.
Et le monstre du fragmentum.
Oh, wait a sec. That person over there. That doesn't look like a Silvermane Guard uniform. All in black. Surely they're not IPC on this world? Am I going crazy?
ACPI? Il est moche leur uniforme. Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait ici?
That's what I'd like to know. If they're here to look for Findy, then they're more than just a little late. There's only one way to find out. Let's go ask. I've always found IPC staff easy to talk to. Hi, do you work for the Interastral Peace Corporation? Or are you just dressing fancy today?
Ah.
Boss, encounter with 2 unknowns. Want me to take them out? Over.
Take us out?
Take them out? Just hang tight for a second. I'm on my way. Don't do anything stupid.
Ne fais rien de stupide. Eh ben, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Topaz, an investment expert from the Interastral Peace Corporation. I'm here on Eurillo 6 for a special business assignment. You'll have to forgive my colleague here. People skills aren't his strong suit. Please don't take it to heart.
Phew! You scared the life out of me! We're here for the celebrations. We're not looking for more conflicts. Oh, right. We should probably introduce ourselves. I'm March 7th, a passenger of the Astral Express. You may have heard of it? And this is my friend and fellow passenger.
No kidding. I could tell you weren't locals from a mile away, but I didn't expect to run into 2 nameless here. Fate is such a curious thing. I heard that Eurillo 6 only stepped out of the Stellaron's shadow thanks to the direct intervention of the Trailblazers. Surely you two aren't...
Un chien à la noce, tout le plaisir est pour vous.
Huh? Jeez, can you be a little more humble?
Bah.
I never imagined I'd run into living legends here. Must be your lucky day, huh, Numby?
Wow, Miss Topaz. You're really young for an IPC executive. That's impressive.
More good luck, I suppose. But it's not as cushy as you think. Scurrying from one side of the galaxy to the other. Going wherever businesses require me to be.
Huh. Your job sounds pretty similar to the express cruise. Aside from the business, I guess. Oh, Branya moves fast. The crisis is only just over and she's already opened talks with the IPC.
These talks aren't exactly what you might expect. But I have to agree. The Supreme Guardian definitely knows how to govern a city. And that's the reason I'm here on Eurilo 6, to meet with her. Miss Marche, you said you were on your way to Belobog festivities, right? My apologies for delaying you both.
Don't be sorry. It's not like we're in a rush. Want to come to the city with us? The snow plains are freezing, and it's easier than you think to get lost out here.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll manage. It's my first time on this world. I'd like to take it in its vast, iconic snowscape for just a little longer. Who knows? Maybe we'll cross paths again during the celebrations. Oh, here's my contact information. I don't usually respond during work hours, but I'd be happy to chat off the clock.
Wow, I actually managed to get an IPC executive's phone number without even trying.
Apprenez-moi à devenir riche. J'ai un projet qui va 8 milliards de crédits si jamais.
As if anyone would ever believe that.
You two make a cute pair. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. See you next time.
Bon.
The universe is huge. Yet we somehow stumbled onto the same path. Fate truly works in mysterious ways, don't you think? Come on, let's head into the city.
Très bien, très bien. Bon. On va voir ce que ça va donner. Par contre, le garde, il était un peu vite en besogne. Il était là. Bon, qu'est-ce que je fais, les élimine, boss? Non. Tous les dieux.
Wow, there are people everywhere. Are you sure we're in Belobog? And now to check out the main event, the food. Come on, keep up. Hang on a sec. Isn't that Wallace up ahead? Looks like he's finally made some friends. I wonder what they're talking about.
De quoi parlez-vous, messieurs? Il est avec qui?
Norbert, why don't you tell everyone how you were released from jail so quickly?
Ah oui, c'est le gars qui a été libéré de prison après. Vous savez, il s'est fait. On l'a arrêté pendant l'affaire du musée là.
Selling cultural relics and impersonating Silvermane guards are both heinous crimes.
Well, it was all thanks to my uncle, you know.
Ah, I remember. Your uncle is Minister Knoll. He heads up the Department of Transportation, no?
Yes, you knew that too?
You're shameless, Norbert. Not to be rude, but if I were thrown in jail, I wouldn't possibly ask my father to bail me out.
Do you think I wanted to? I'm not the type of person to abuse my status.
Well, I don't really know about that.
Get off my back, will you? I had to deal with hardened criminals in jail. Now that I'm free, my supposed friends are ganging up on me.
Looks like things are getting heated. I think we better get out of here.
Ouais, on va laisser Valas avec ses amis. Bon. Et les gens qu'on connaît. Ah, tiens, il y a Pela qui fait sa tournée.
Is that Ayla? Looks like she's teaching the kids again. Next, I'll be introducing the history of the museum. Everyone listen carefully, okay? Belobog's History and Culture Museum was founded 600 years ago and was originally built to memorialize Supreme Guardian Alyssa.
I'm so hungry. I wish I could have a red sunset salmon right now.
It was built to memorialize Supreme Guardian Alyssa Rand, and also...
Guess what? I heard there's gonna be a Silvermane adventure camp opening in the overworld soon. It's gonna be super awesome.
Also, those who sacrificed their lives in the war against the invaders 700 years ago.
Miss Pela, Peter's falling asleep.
Enough! From now on, no whispering aloud. If you don't want to have any homework later, you'd better start listening.
Sorry, Miss Pela.
That's better. Now, where was I? Oh, I never knew Pela had a strict side.
Faut un minimum être strict quand on gère des enfants. Bon. Ah! Il y a Monsieur Dupart. Il est là.
Ta-da! Guess who's back?
It's you two. Welcome back to Belobog. The Supreme Guardian mentioned there'd be mystery guests attending the Soulworm celebrations, but I didn't think it'd be the Express crew. I hope you had a smooth journey. I should have dispatched Silvermane guards to welcome you on arrival. My apologies.
Aw, it's fine. You really don't have to apologize. We're just passing through. It's no big deal.
Understood. I hope you both enjoy the festivities. Please make sure you keep your personal belongings safe. Pickpockets tend to take advantage of events like this. We'll be performing additional patrols.
Got it. We'll get out of your way then. Bye.
Bye for now.
Après quelques temps.
Phew. Who'd have thought just taking a stroll could be so tiring? Say, I think we should probably pay Branya a visit. After all, she was the one who invited us here. Or we could go check out some other fun stuff elsewhere. Your call.
On n'a pas fini de regarder tout le monde. Non? Ok, Pela est toujours là-bas. Eux, ils sont là-bas. Toujours la Vonne là-bas. J'ai l'impression qu'il y avait un endroit ici où on pouvait voir des gens, mais je me trompe peut-être.
Come around and have a look.
You're here. Come on, let's gossip.
Voilà pour des réparations, je me plains pas. Comme une amie. Ouais. Non, apparemment rien de neuf avec Serval. Très bien. Il paraît qu'il y avait un truc à voir ici. Bon, tant pis. Allons... Au revoir, mademoiselle mademoiselle la gardienne suprême. Ah tiens, Quete est déjà là.
I understand the difficulties that this world is facing, Supreme Guardian. Belobog's current financial burden cannot be pinned on you, nor anyone else for that matter. However, objectively speaking, since Belobog has existed as an independent entity to this day, its debt cannot simply be written off. Oh, it looks like we have some visitors.
Bronya! And Topaz? You're here too? I guess you've already started your business talks. We'll get out of your way if...
It's no bother. We've pretty much wrapped things up already anyway. Please consider my plans carefully, Supreme Guardian. If Eurilo 6 wants to rebuild its connections with the rest of the galaxy, your credit record with the IPC will be of great importance.
You've made yourself clear, Miss Topaz. I'll require some time to consider my next course of action.
Naturally. However, while you're deliberating, my colleagues will need to carry out some operations in Belobog. I hope that your subjects in the underworld are cooperative. I'm sorry our business got in the way of a reunion with old friends. I'll get out of your way.
Il y a un petit froid.
Is everything all right, Bronya? I didn't know Miss Topaz was so... intense. She seemed nice when we met her.
It's good to see you two again. Welcome back to Belobog. I planned a special reception, but I had to deal with an unexpected guest. The lady you just witnessed, she claims to represent the IPC. There's no need to keep either of you in the dark. To tell the truth, I have too much weighing on my mind right now to even think about the Soulworm Festival.
Qu'est-ce que Madame Topaz t'a dit au juste?
Since you've already made her acquaintance, I needn't explain who she is. I'm sure you've heard pieces of Belobog's history the first time you visited. The Legion's invasion 700 years ago, how the Stellaron brought about the Eternal Freeze. It seems that much of Belobog's history from that time was buried deep beneath the snow. Those memories were lost and weren't passed down to the subsequent generations of Supreme Guardians. Topaz shared with me the story of the Stellaron's descent upon Eurilo 6. How the original outsiders stationed here foresaw the impending disaster and chose to leave in large numbers. Among those outsiders were several investors from the Interastral Peace Corporation. Before they departed, they did something noteworthy. They sought out architects who refused to leave, those who insisted on defending their homes. The IPC provided these architects with significant funds to aid them against the coming disaster. It was with those funds that Belobog was able to construct its immense walls. Even the initial funding for the development of the first batch of automatons was drawn from the same pool.
Wow, that's a pretty incredible story. So, does that mean Topaz's business here is to collect a debt from Belobog?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
That's ridiculous! And what What's with the timing? What took them so long to get here? If it wasn't for us eliminating the Stellaron, they'd have nothing to collect. It's obvious they're just trying to take advantage.
According to her account, the repayment period agreed upon by the architects and the IPC investors was 280 years. However, less than a century after the loan was taken out, the connection between Yarillo 6 and the rest of the galaxy was completely severed. The IPC deemed that the disaster had caused irreparable damage and that there was no civilization left to reclaim the debt from. As such, they considered the owed sum permanently lost. It wasn't until the Stellaron crisis was resolved that the IPC discovered that Belobog had survived.
And that's when they sent Topaz over to collect the debt.
And the interest.
Que se passerait-il si on n'arrivait pas à payer à temps?
The debt owed is an astronomical amount. I don't even know how to read such a long string of numbers. Before you both arrived, Topaz warned me that if the payments were delayed, the IPC would give her the authority to employ strong measures.
Oh, I had no idea things were like this. Here I was thinking the IPC had come to rebuild Belobog, not extort it.
Peut-être que les Belobogiens arrivent à régler le problème tout seuls.
Right. We need to figure out how to help them. The IPC is too big and powerful. Even if Bronya steps in, it'll be hard for her to resolve the situation.
You seem to have a deeper knowledge of the Interastral Peace Corporation than I do. But if the records are accurate, and they truly have a presence throughout the galaxy, the IPC could crush Belobog like a bug if they wanted to. I'm glad you're both here. I know you came for the festival, but now I must ask you and the Astral Express for help. Do you think you could persuade Topaz to reevaluate the situation? The Express's reputation precedes it. Perhaps there's still hope?
Have no fear, Bronya. When a friend's in need, the Nameless will always be at their side.
Allons discuter avec Topaz.
Yeah, after all, this girl here is a pretty good negotiator.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm so sorry for dragging you into more trouble. While you're out looking for Topaz, I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation. Best of luck, and stay safe.
Bon. Un peu embêtant.
I apologize for dragging you into Belobog's affairs again. But when faced with an entity as powerful as the IPC, we need all the external help we can get. While you're out looking for Topaz, I'll see if I can think of a strategy to deal with the situation. Best of luck, and stay safe.
Faut notre mieux.
Thank you. I believe in you.
Il y a quelqu'un qui a laissé un pouce bleu pendant que je regardais pas. Ah, c'est sympathique. Ah, c'est peut-être sur l'étagère. C'est tranquille. Bon. Le bureau de la gardienne, on va y voir un peu. Il traîne sur le bureau. Ça dit immédiatement que son propriétaire va démissionner. Ce bureau devant vous appartient à la majestueuse dirigeante de cette planète, la gardienne suprême de Belobog. Il est distingué, élégant et bien entretenu, à l'image de sa propriétaire. Les réactions concernant ce bureau peuvent varier d'une personne à l'autre. Ceux qui aiment l'ordre le considèrent comme un chef-d'œuvre et repartent plein d'admiration. Tandis que les adeptes du chaos se lèchent les babilles en pensant à l'entropie anarchique de l'univers. Ils trouvent rapidement une raison suffisante pour fouiller ce bureau. Alors, quel genre de personne êtes-vous? Je suis le chaos incarné. Le sentiment qui vous habite depuis que vous avez été aperçu pour la première fois par la souillure. C'est compréhensible. Le système de moralité de Yarillo 6 n'approuve pas ce genre de comportement. En terme, on ne peut pas s'en prendre au bureau de la gardienne suprême sans assumer les conséquences. Heureusement, vous êtes forgé une bonne réputation, vous êtes félicité à de nombreuses reprises. Si un PA ne vous dérange donc pas, il est évident que non. Rapport à enfermer des objets de valeur. Vous ne voulez pas passer à côté d'une telle occasion. Aussi, une fois convaincu du bien fondé de vos actes, vous reprenez le travail. Bien ce qu'il y a là-dedans. D'abord, une jolie composition florale. Pourquoi vous pensez que c'est une composition? Parce que vous l'avez vue toute l'année et qu'elle n'a jamais flétri ou perdu ses feuilles, telle une fleur artificielle. Vous la véracité de cette intuition, vous essayez de pincer l'une des tendres pétales. Oh, de la sève. Bien, ce n'est pas artificiel, tout le monde peut se tromper. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'amusant à faire? En train de ravager le bureau. Plusieurs lignes magnifiquement reliées sont posées sur le bureau. À l'abri des regards, vous ouvrez l'un d'eux et le parcourez au hasard. Rien, toujours rien. Ces livres ne seraient que des ornements destinés à étaler le savoir de leur propriétaire. Pensez réellement trouver des documents top secrets à propos du fort de Clifford. Dommage. À présent, n'importe quelle lecture ferait l'affaire. Un coup d'œil au contenu du placard. Quelque chose dans le placard, ou plutôt, il doit y avoir quelque chose. Sinon, pourquoi dépenser autant d'énergie à fouiller? Ce n'est pas juste pour saccager les lieux, pas vrai? D'abord, la poignée de la mort, qui semble contenir tous les secrets de Belobog. Stella, arrête s'il te plaît, il n'y a rien ici, je te l'assure. Vous avez regardé Bronia droit dans les yeux. C'était pas mon style. Elle a dû constater que vous fouillez ici depuis le début, mais elle n'a rien dit pour voir ce que vous cherchiez. Pas étonnant que vous avez eu l'impression qu'on vous observait. Je fermerai les yeux pour cette fois, mais j'espère que ça ne se reproduira plus. C'était un accident. Ne t'inquiète pas, ce n'est pas aussi grave que ce que tu crois. La pièce ne me sert qu'à recevoir des invités. Mon espace de travail est ailleurs, par souci de sécurité. Mais tu n'es pas la seule à essayer de fouiller dans les affaires de la gardienne suprême. D'autres que toi, ce serait déjà fait appréhender par les gardes de la crinière d'argent. Mais... je comprends, pardon. Ça va. Faisons comme si ne s'était rien passé. C'est vrai, c'est bien que tu sois là, j'ai quelque chose pour toi. Le plan d'équipement de protection de pointe. On raconte que les visiteurs venus du ciel l'ont ramené avant le gel éternel. Malheureusement, avec nos ressources et nos technologies, nous n'avons pas encore pu le construire. Les voyages sont toujours dangereux et cet équipement de protection pourrait être utile. Utilise-le, n'hésite pas. Oh, ça valait le coup. Oh, équipement de protection de pointe. Monte la défense de tous les alliés de 15%. Et le montant de dégâts max pour être absorbé par les boucliers des alliés de 18%. Oh, incroyable. Ça coûte quoi? Ouais, il y a les matériaux de construction de la préservation. Je l'on dit à d'autres ennemis qui aura des échos faiblissants. Ouais. Bon, Marche.
Oh hey, I just remembered. Topaz gave me her number. We might as well just be direct and ask her where she is. She seems like the type of person who appreciates a straight approach.
Ouais, effectivement. Vous êtes là, Madame Topaz? Salutations. Actuellement indisponible. La directrice Topaz est dans l'incapacité de répondre à votre message. Veuillez patienter. Réponse automatique, elle ne répond vraiment pas lors de ses heures de travail. Salutations. Actuellement disponible, la directrice Topaz est dans l'incapacité de répondre à votre message. Veuillez patienter. S'il vous plaît. Pourriez-vous me dire où se trouve Topaz? Bonjour, à votre demande, je consulte l'emploi du temps de la directrice Topaz. La directrice Topaz procède actuellement à une inspection du musée d'histoire et de la culture sur mon Belobog, j'arrive le 6. C'est vraiment intelligent, merci. Salutations, actuellement dans l'incapacité de répondre à votre message, veuillez patienter. Eh ben... Bon. C'est plutôt clair. Sinon tu as quelque chose d'autre à dire, Marche? Ok.
She might be young, but she is an IPC executive. She's definitely no pushover.
Ouais, c'est plutôt garanti. Oh, le musée. Il y a les gardes de la CPI. Le musée est un peu fermé. Hein. 600 ans. L'innovation provisoire laisse tourner en compte 270. En comptant 34 de ces tableaux, ça ferait 9 180 000.
Oh, it's you two again. This is the third time today we've run into each other.
En fait, on nous a envoyé un message.
Oh, did my smart reply function tell you where I was? It's a system developed by the technology department. Pretty neat, right? What do you make of this painting? I'm no expert, but just from the artist's strokes, I can tell it's no ordinary piece. It portrays a certain kind of sorrow, you know? Not your everyday kind of sadness. It runs much deeper than that. It's as if the artist had condensed history into one poignant but sorrowful image. The artist's brushwork depicts several generations' hardships.
Semblait être une amatrice d'art.
Not at all. The analysis of an aficionado. I wouldn't take my word for it. The Express has visited many worlds. I'm sure the Nameless have a far greater knowledge of such things than myself. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, what I'm drawn to isn't the style in which a piece is painted, but its overall value. Its intrinsic value may only be 50,000 credits, but its added value might push the total up to 200,000.
Sorry for crashing your artist party, but we came to talk to you about something else.
Oh? A collaboration between our two sides, perhaps?
Not exactly. Actually,
Let's walk and talk. This way. Most exhibits in this museum are of little value. But with a keen eye, it's possible to find a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Miss Topaz, Bronya's already told us about Belobog's debt situation.
Oh. You two are closer than I expected with her. So, how can I help? Not sure in the arrangement, or...
Help me out here. You know I'm not good at this kind of thing.
Non. Nous allons vous demander une faveur de la part de Bronya.
I see. I understand. From your point of view, I can see how unreasonable it appears. However, you must understand that debt collection is a big part of my job. I've dealt with cases far more difficult than Belobog's. I appreciate each case has its difficulties, but if I treated every late debtor as a special case, the galaxy's economy would come to a grinding halt.
Si la dette n'est pas remboursée?
The Strategic Investment Department is well versed in handling such situations. We can offer the debtor various repayment solutions, but Eurilo 6 has far exceeded the allotted repayment period. I'm afraid milder solutions aren't the order of the day. So, I proposed to Bronya. Oops, almost gave away trade secrets there, didn't I? That was a close one. The exhibits here are pretty ordinary. I estimate they're probably not worth much. Let's keep moving.
So you're basically saying the Belobogians must pay off their ancestors' debts.
When you think about it, it's just another part of the cycle of life.
I'm not sure it's as poetic as that.
Wow, look! Is that little critter native to Eurilo 6? It's so white and fluffy. Where can I find a live one?
C'est probablement une espèce éteinte. Vous aimez les animaux?
I absolutely adore them. Have you guys met Numby yet? Oh, where'd they go? They must be off playing somewhere. Come to think of it, this little guy is on display here probably means it's already extinct, right?
So, Miss Topaz, what exactly will it take for the IPC to go easier on Belobog? Bronya invested so much just to make this world a little better. And now, it feels like all of her efforts will be undone in the blink of an eye. It's just so cruel.
What do you take the IPC for, Miss Marche? We're just the same as Belobog's architects. We're all followers of the preservation. No matter what solutions we propose, we will always take the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration. Otherwise, we'd be no different from the Legion, would we?
So you're saying there's nothing to worry about? But Bronya...
Don't worry yourself too much. The Supreme Guardian is a wise person. She'll understand. But, to answer your question directly, it'd take a miracle. I'll complete the Aurelo 6 project no matter what obstacles I encounter.
This isn't going as planned. What should we do?
I wouldn't waste too much energy on this matter. Why not make the most of the festive atmosphere? Oh, looks like one of my colleagues is after me. My apologies, but I should probably take this. Bye!
Négociation est échouée. Expliquez la situation à Marche 7. Hein?
So, what now? We spent ages trying to convince her and she didn't move an inch.
Ben... Ce qu'elle dit n'est pas faux.
I guess so, but that still doesn't fix Bronya's problem. I guess Miss Topaz is just doing her job. And as far as the Express is concerned, I think it'd be unwise to make the IPC our enemy. All these vested interests. So hard to undo any of it. They don't teach this stuff in school. Wait, did I even go to school?
Bonne question.
Did someone send you a message?
Ah. Alors comme ça, t'es de retour à Bello Box, Tel. Contacte-moi dès que tu as le temps, c'est urgent. Comment ça va, Syl? Que se passe-t-il? Les vauriens sont descendus de leur souterrain et ont pris le contrôle de la grande mine par la force. Je demandais à Bronya la marche à suivre. Elle m'a dit de ne pas intervenir pour le moment. Écoute, là, elle n'intervient pas. On a raison, il est sans doute préférable de ne pas leur chercher des noises. Trop tard, les feux sauvages et la garde de la clignette d'argent ont déjà pris les choses en main. Ces types ont des armes d'un écrit capables de faire de gros dégâts, on peut pas leur faire face. Je t'envoie ce SOS car je commence à être à court d'idées. J'arrive. C'est bon, on arrive. Voilà, CP est arrivé.
The IPC are causing trouble in the underworld? Already? Seriously? Topaz was just talking about taking the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration. Oh, and now they're pulling this stunt? You really can't trust these money-hungry IPC suits for a minute.
T'as raison, on peut pas croire. Voilà la rescousse déjà.
Again? I don't think I have it in me to play the hero today. Oh, I guess complaining won't get us anywhere. Let's go lend them a hand.
Bon.
It's getting late. Where to now?
When do we go home, Gran? Zila!
Hey! Am I glad to see you two here? I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out.
Il y a des blessés?
Nobody's been seriously hurt, but a few Wildfire members got minor injuries. Fortunately for us, it seems like they were holding back. Their weapons and automatons are much stronger than anything we have. You see those two in black? They've been guarding the mine entrance. They're not letting anyone in or out. Hey! Just because you have fancy equipment doesn't mean you can bully us! Who do you think you are? What's the matter? Got nothing to say?
What's going on inside the mine? Any ideas?
A few miners made it out earlier. They looked pretty panicked. They said the whole mine had been seized by the people in black. These uninvited guests keep talking about asset evaluation, whatever that means. All I know is that they're seriously disrupting the lives of the Underworlders.
Le Topaz est ici?
Who?
We were just talking to her in the museum. Do you think her cronies are acting without her authorization?
The person you're talking about. Are they in charge of the people in black? Potaz, Pazto, whatever her name is, she can wait. Right now, the most important thing is to free those trapped in the Great Mine. Are you two with me?
Pourtant, il y a un employé de la CPI à l'entrée de la grande mine.
Hey, you two! Cat got your tongue or something? If you knew what was best for you, you'd get out of my way.
Un peu les
You
calmes.
guys must be exhausted standing here all day. How about you take a little lunch break? I'm sure the IPC allows that, right?
Sérieusement, aller manger un bout et nous faire une syncope.
What's their deal?
You two were talking to the director in the snow plains.
So it's you! You're the one who was threatening to take us out in the snow plains! Do you even know who you're talking to? If your boss knows to treat us with respect, you'd better start showing some yourself.
I can't let you pass. My team leader said that if anyone gets through, I'll lose 6 months of performance bonuses.
Team leader? You're even lower on the pecking order than I thought.
Shut up! I spent 7 years on a forsaken asteroid preparing to join the IPC. I went through 17 interviews before they finally hired me. What right do you deadbeats have to criticize me?
IPC? Interviews? I don't know what you're rambling on about, but you're really testing my patience. No need to waste our breath on this idiot. Let's do this.
Bon, clairement la CPI n'y va pas par 4 moyens. Ah, ça va, l'équipe n'est pas trop mauvaise.
Let's make it quick. Take this.
On a des gens équipés pour ces conneries.
Just a scratch.
Blade in flight! Scared yet? Who's the lucky one today?
C'est la première fois qu'on les affronte hors événement.
Let's go.
Time for some sword play.
I don't remember inviting you. A gift from the stars. Maybe I can do this.
Batter up.
A guest with
Hop là.
That's it? He sure took off quickly.
17 rounds of interviews and these are the best people they can find? What a joke.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I've been warned that the ones in the mine won't go down without a fight. Let's set off when you're ready.
Pas là avec Marche.
Caught your breath yet? It's time to show these IPC fools who they're dealing with.
Quand est-ce que tu t'es changé?
Right after we finished chatting with Topaz in the museum. Did it take you that long to notice? I thought you were supposed to be the observant one. The quicker we handle the IPC, the faster we can get back to enjoying the celebrations. Let Zila know when you're ready to go.
Bon.
Ready for action? It's time to kick the IPC out of the underworld.
Allons-y.
Let's get moving.
Bon, on va y voir. Qu'est-ce qu'il a? Chef d'équipe. Cadre de la corporation pour la paix interstre, avec un rang minimum de chef d'équipe. Le méca qui conduit appartient à la CPI. Il doit payer les frais de réparation en cas de dégâts. Son salaire décent lui permet au moins de louer un appartement avec une chambre à bord de l'un des vaisseaux amiraux de la CPI. Par exemple, ça permet mieux qu'un logement partagé à avoir de l'un des investisseurs amiraux de la CPI. Ah. Bon. L'employé de la CPI a investi à la grande mine en prétextant vouloir évaluer les actifs. Aider les mineurs à reprendre possession de leur territoire. Bon. On va voir. Ouais. Ouais, on va prendre le docteur Ratio. Allons-y. Allons-y. Il vaut mieux prendre le docteur Ratio avec nous. Au même moment sur le territoire de Svarog.
Hello, it's Mr. Svarog, isn't it? And this cute little girl must be Clara.
Hello, miss. Are you...
I'm Topaz. I've come to have a chat with Mr. Svarog.
Clara, go inside and wait for me.
Huh? But if you have a guest, maybe I should...
She is not a guest. Neither is she a friend. Go, Clara. Everything will be fine.
So, it seems my source was right. Who'd have thought that such a strong bond could exist between a giant robot and a little girl? So heartwarming.
You bear the insignia of the Interastral Peace Corporation. What is your motive for coming here?
Straight to the point, huh? I like your style. Eurillo 6. Are robots familiar with that term? Anyway, it refers to the planet we're currently standing on. It's about to become the property of the IPC. No one can reverse this outcome. Not you, not the Nameless, nor any power in the galaxy. I only care about one thing right now. Demonstrating to the shareholders of the IPC that Eurillo 6 can generate value. In the long run, this is a way, the only way, to ensure Belobog's long-term interests. I need your help to achieve this goal.
Long-term interests undefined. Analyzing objectives. Analysis failed. Tell me, emissary, how do you plan to convince the IPC leadership?
That's simple. I'll show you.
This is...
Source code. Or to be more precise, source code that is able to take control of all mechanized units in Belobog. I'm sure you're familiar with this. All mechanized units manufactured in Belobog over the last 700 years utilize the underlying systems created by the IPC. The code is so refined that the engineers never saw any reason to change it. I assume you're also aware that there was once a large automaton factory in the underworld. Thousands upon thousands of automatons, enough to crush the Legion's vanguard, lay dormant within. This is my bargaining chip for negotiating with the higher-ups. I'll convince them that Eurillo 6 has a place in the company's long-term strategies. But first, I need a guide to show me where these automatons are buried.
I understand. Your long-term interests can be defined as the survival of civilization at a macro level. What are your intentions for the people currently living here?
Their future has already been purchased. All I can do is make them accept this fact, using a relatively peaceful approach.
I understand. I will assist you with your plan.
Oh, so you're not as stubborn as the rumors suggest.
The future you speak of is beyond my computational range, but my emotional analysis indicates that you are indeed trying to find ways to ensure the survival of this world. Additionally, calculations indicate a 96.4% probability of compliance through force if I refuse to cooperate.
Your calculations are slightly on the conservative side. Here's to our future cooperation. If you wouldn't mind leading the way, Mr. Svarog.
Sort de la grande mine avec Syl et la pionnière. Bon. Ok, donc là, on a... Ah ok, on est vraiment à l'entrée. Je pensais qu'on était peut-être un peu plus loin, mais non. Ah oui, là, il y a le pont.
All the miners here, huddled together. Anyone else getting deja vu?
Well, the situation here is pretty similar to when you first arrived. It's just that instead of a few thugs and broken robots, now we're dealing with much more formidable adversaries.
Hey, check it out! Isn't that Topaz's little trotter over there? Oh, what was it again? Numby, right?
What? Isn't that thing a fragmentum monster? She's keeping one as a pet?
The IPC are all about their sci-fi sorcery, so it's not that surprising. Wanna go take a look?
Bon, les bagourés font partie des trucs du fragmentum. Passe-t-il? On les pousse devant leurs heures de travail. Bon. Ouais.
Sounds like you two are getting along. What's Numby saying?
Topaz n'est pas là.
Seriously? You actually speak Trotter?
Look, you guys. Looks like it wants to leave.
Looks like they want to find their master. Let's follow them.
Ah. Les compter et plonger dans les entrailles de la grande mine.
Help! Those people dressed in black are attacking us! Hey, I'm talking to you. Where do you guys store the Geomarrow? I really don't know anything. This place is filled with nothing but incompetence.
Those cowards! I guess they want to do this the hard way.
Ah, on a les autres. Bon, c'est les automates habituels. Hein.
How many of my moves can you block?
Plutôt, il a dit que c'est des trucs de la CPI. Hein. En tout cas, ils ont été créés en partie avec la technologie de la CPI.
Do you have answers?
Quand même pas mal de dégâts, le docteur Ratio.
A guest with no manners, huh? A gift from the stars.
A one-time enemy strike with heart.
I'm asking the questions. Think.
Oh les enfoirés. Ok.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
Practice is over. Swords descend.
Lui il décède.
I remember inviting you.
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Who's the lucky one today?
Fail.
Et voilà, il est là.
Time for some sword play. Blade in flight.
On va s'occuper des soigneurs. Ils n'ont pas fait le choix de se soigner. Par contre, nous, on aurait peut-être dû faire le choix de se soigner. Ah, pas moi. Hein. Vas-y, Yenching le prodige. Soin. Il s'est soigné lui-même. Voilà, Ratio est soigné.
I'm asking the question. Never stop thinking.
Hop là. Éliminé.
Just as my calculations predicted.
Hop, on continue de suivre Quete.
Looks like Numby's in a good mood.
But aren't they on the IPC side? Strange.
Que là, ils sont en train de monter la gare, non?
Look, that big guy down there. Is he the one in charge?
We'll see who's really in charge. Let's go.
Huh? Where'd Numby go?
Wow. For something so short and stubby, he's surprisingly nimble. Well, guess that's that. We're on our own now. Let's keep going. Hey, you! Are you in charge around here?
All local. The IPC is currently conducting asset evaluation work here. Local residents are advised to follow those responsible for evacuation to the...
Don't lie to us! You seized the mine by force for yourself. You drove the locals out of their homes. I'm warning you. Get lost or suffer the consequences. Don't you dare show your face around here again!
And who might you be? You have quite the attitude. This is our jurisdiction now. We are all powerful here.
C'est Topaz qui te laisse faire tout ce que tu veux?
You know Topaz? Interesting. It doesn't matter. The Strategic Investment Department has no obligation to talk to anyone not related to this project. In cases where debtors fail to repay within a set time frame, the IPC reserves the right to skip negotiations and take over all assets. We're simply following the rules. What exactly is your problem?
You know, it's funny how the rules always seem to work in your favor, don't you think? This world's been hanging by a thread, and now you're here to pull the plug on it.
Don't blame me. I'm simply following orders. Do you think I get to make those kinds of decisions?
Save your breath, Marche. I never held out any hope of resolving this problem peacefully. Didn't you claim the IPC was all-powerful? Well, now's the perfect chance to show us what you can do.
If I knew things were gonna get this heated, I'd have applied for overtime. Anyway, since you seem intent on settling this matter with violence, prepare yourselves for my delayed repair.
Le robot, il y a une cravate et tout, mais il y a un gars dans le robot, il me semble. Hein. Ou est-ce que c'est un... C'est un robot ou est-ce que c'est juste une armure? Une armure automatique.
How many of my moves can you block?
Très bien. Excellent. Lançons les hostilités. Vas-y, donne-nous notre bénédiction, Asta.
Move aside, amateurs. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Practice is over.
Je veux qu'on élimine les petits quand même.
Strike with heart. A guest with no manners, huh? A gift from the stars.
Fail. Count. I'm asking the question. Think.
C'est vrai que ces gens sont moins bien armés à défaut d'être bien payés.
Time for some sword play. Blade in flight.
I don't remember inviting you. Who's the lucky one today?
0 points. Next.
Everything is ordained by the star. Profound secrets of the
J'accélère. Est-ce que Wutao peut pas...
Give these
Non, pas Wutao.
trailblazers your
Wofu peut passer devant.
You have answers.
Par contre, on va pouvoir le briser et après Wofu peut passer devant.
Test your knowledge. Fail. Count.
Maybe I can do this.
Il faut qu'on soigne ce gros sac de Yanshin.
You can breathe easy again.
Hop, un de moins. Ouais, éliminons-le.
Look out.
Une brûlure. Ok. Ouais, faut vraiment falloir qu'on l'élimine lui si on va arriver à quoi que ce soit.
0 points. Next.
I can breathe easy again.
A guest with no man.
Ok, qu'est-ce qu'il fait maintenant? Ok. Ouais. Il appelle constamment des renforts.
Everything is ordained by the star. Profound secrets of the stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Bon, donc on va devoir concentrer nos frappes sur le chef d'équipe.
SAS Perkibi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
J'aime bien les trucs du Docteur Ratio.
Swords descend.
Fail. Count.
Oh, il est rompu. Oh, le pauvre.
Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
On devrait pouvoir l'éliminer sans trop de grosses difficultés.
Scared yet?
Fail. Get out.
Et prenons garde quand même. La plupart de ces gars vont nous faire quand même pas mal de dégâts.
You have answers.
I don't remember inviting you.
Voilà, on récupère des PV, dans des points de compétence. Ok, on va attaquer comme normalement. Pas besoin de faire de soins là tout de suite. Bon, ça dépend en partie des dégâts qu'ils vont nous faire là. Mais on est plutôt pas mal.
Never stop thinking.
Par contre, il est finito.
0 points. Next.
Bon mon gars, adieu.
Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Je pense que sa défaite va être percutante. Ah, c'est juste un robot.
We took down the Doomsday Beast, the Stellaron, and Fantilia. Did you really think you could stop us?
Darn it! I'm all out of ammo.
Sir, we've just received word from the director.
Director Topaz? What did she say?
Teams are not to disrupt the lives of local inhabitants during the asset evaluation period. Teams that violate this directive will have their year-end bonuses reduced by 60%!
Ah!
60%? We're done for.
On est fichu.
Attention all personnel. Evacuate the mine immediately. Erase all traces of your presence.
So, are we all good here, or what?
Yeah. Judging by the looks on their faces, I don't think they'll be back. So, who is this Topaz anyway? She seems to have no problem ordering these idiots around. Or taming fragmentum creatures, for that matter.
It's a long story.
Fait mieux de poser la question à Bronia. Belobog a des dettes.
Debt? What do you mean?
You should probably ask Bronya to explain it to you.
Why did this mess have to happen so close to the festivities? The timing couldn't have been any worse.
Oh, looks like we've got a message.
Marche, Stell, où êtes-vous? Tout va bien? On est arrivé au souterrain. Nous allons laisser pied avait pris le contrôle de la grande mine. On a réussi à les déloger de là. Je vois, vous êtes avec Stell. Comment vous en sortez? Vous êtes blessé? La situation se contrôle, ne t'en fais pas. J'ai pas réussi à persuader Topaz. Ne fais pas, Stell. C'était pas à toi de le faire en premier lieu. Quelque chose vient de se passer. Il me serait difficile de t'expliquer clairement par message. Pourriez-vous venir au fort de Clifford? J'ai besoin de vos avis éclairés à vous deux.
I get the feeling Bronya's worried about something. We'd better go back and see her. Are you coming with us, Zila?
Go on without me. I still have stuff to take care of. The miners need to know what happened here. Bronya messaged you, which means she thinks you can help. I trust her judgment.
Got it, Zila. We'll do what we can to help Bronya out. Come on, to Klipoth Fort!
Bon. Pour l'instant, ça, à la ville de Rivette.
These guys don't look pleased to see us.
By order of the Supreme Guardian, proceed no further, Miss Topaz.
Belobog might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket. See you later, Captain.
Bon, on va reprendre notre personnage principal.
Welcome back. I appreciate your help more than I can express. It couldn't have been easy running all over the city.
That's what friends are for, Branya. You don't sound like yourself. Is something wrong?
I'm fine. I haven't rested in a while. There's just too much happening all at once.
Je suis sûr qu'on peut arranger les choses. Bon. On va faire des promesses vides. Il n'y a aucun moyen de prévoir tout ça.
Perhaps, but the IPC won't wait for me to catch up. They're moving quickly. Belobog is crawling with their agents. All they talk about is asset evaluation. Silver lining is that apart from the mine incident you mentioned, there haven't been any major conflicts in other areas. I suppose Topaz must have issued an order against harassing the citizenry. Still, that hasn't stopped panic from building. People are confused. They don't know where these strangers in black came from, nor what their intentions are.
Did you manage to get in touch with Topaz again? We're curious to know what solution she has in mind.
That's the reason I asked for you to come here. I need your advice. Look.
It's...
The contract Topaz sent to me a little while ago. There's a handwritten letter attached. Please, take a look at the contents. And then tell me your thoughts.
Miss Branya, if you'll permit me to call you that, I'd like to share a story with you from my own life. In your eyes, the IPC may seem heartless or cruel, but in reality, we all have a story to tell. As for myself, I was born on a small, unremarkable planet at the edge of the galaxy, a place whose name is known only to the native inhabitants. My home planet was extremely resource poor. To survive, people worked laboriously, manufacturing products for other civilizations in the galaxy, mostly in chemical or heavy industries. Given these circumstances, the natural environment of my home planet became increasingly harsh. I don't recall the exact moment when it happened, but people started wearing respirators just to walk down the street. All you could hear were the wheezing coughs of the people, day and night. My home was facing its demise. The relatively wealthy chose interstellar migration and started anew. The majority who stayed could only struggle on amidst sewage, acid rain, and dust, waiting for the end. Finally, one fateful day, the IPC arrived on my home planet. They had the technology to repair our planet's damaged environment. In return for their help, they asked for just one thing: that all inhabitants sign a contract which would make them employees of the IPC. 2 years after signing the contract, the dark clouds and haze disappeared, and people began to take off their masks. After 3 years, vegetation and trees began to grow and thrive again. After 5 years, many animals, previously on the brink of extinction, reappeared. When I was finally old enough, I officially became a member of the Strategic Investment Department. I witnessed the changes that took place on my home world, and was determined to bring the same changes to many other worlds in the galaxy that were experiencing the same plight. I am writing to you, Miss Branya, with the genuine desire to express something important. I know freedom is precious to people, but in reality, there are things of much greater value, such as survival. How many generations of Belabogians will it take to embrace the stars again without assistance? Who can guarantee that every future Guardian will be as prudent and enlightened as you? How can you guarantee that a disaster such as the Stellaron crisis will not descend upon Belobog yet again? I have already negotiated the best possible deal for you. Once you sign this contract, all of Belobog's debts will be forgiven. In addition, the IPC will set up a special team to support the reconstruction of Eurilo 6. I can understand that for you, this is an extremely difficult decision, because you, and you alone, will bear the fate of all Belabogians. But because of this, I believe that you will make the right decision. A decision that will truly benefit your people.
Her words do sound quite sincere. What do you make of it?
Faut dire qu'elle sait manier les mots.
Yes, she is a high-ranking member of the IPC, after all. She knows how to use words to her advantage. In any case, she wasn't wrong when she said this would be an extremely difficult decision. This planet's fate, the civilization it carries, everything that's happened here and everything that will happen, it all rests in my hands. This definitely can't, and shouldn't, be a decision made by me alone.
Tu vas peut-être demander de l'avis d'autres personnes avant.
That thought has crossed my mind, and it comforts me to hear you say that.
Right. I don't think it's fair for you to carry the weight alone. Why not discuss it with others first?
Topaz hasn't given me much time to consider. She wants me to decide as soon as possible. I wanted to put it to a vote, and let all the citizens of both the overworld and the underworld have their say. But with such little time, I'm afraid that's a lost cause. I'll convene the Klapoth Fort architects immediately to discuss the contract. As for the locals, I'd like you to gauge their stance on the matter. The people of Belobog hold both of you in high regard. They'll most certainly be willing to tell you their thoughts.
Course contre la montre a commencé.
Yes, we need to move fast.
We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should be a piece of cake.
Thank you, Marche. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
All right. If we want to make an informed decision, we need to hear from both the overworld and the underworld, right? Let's start with the overworld. We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should be a piece of cake.
Thank you, Marche. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
Ah, c'est tendu. Vote favorable à la CPI, vote défavorable à la CPI. Bon. On peut pas demander à Valas. Ouais, Serval.
You and Marche paying us a visit. What's the occasion?
Vous de consulter au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
Uh-oh. Sounds like something serious is happening. You'd better fill me in.
Vous voulez savoir ce qui se passe avec la CPI et parler du choix que nous avons fait à Bronia.
What? How is that possible? I need a moment to wrap my head around this.
Serval, we're racing against the clock. No time for head wrapping.
It's okay. I've thought it through. If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
What? Hold on, are you serious? I thought you'd be against it for sure.
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple.
Bon. Perso, j'aurais bien aimé savoir quelles sont les clauses exactes du contrat, mais bon.
Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them. You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I probably wouldn't hesitate.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Bon. Premier avis a été donné. Pela.
We meet again. How have you two been? Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious.
Nous allons te consulter au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
Sounds serious. I'm all ears.
Racontez à Pela ce qui se passe avec la CPI et parler du choix que doit faire Bronia. Comme précédemment.
Really? You better not be making things up.
I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, it's all true. We don't have much time, Pela. Bronya wants to get everyone's opinion.
Wait, you're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to think it over. Okay, I think I've got it. If it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the IPC's conditions.
Huh. Okay. Any particular reason?
I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, it'll take 3 or 4 more generations for the snow to completely subside. And that's assuming no other disasters occur. I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then I think that's a price well worth paying. Building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit?
I see. So compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure the people around you have a good life. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Bon. Ah. Ok, et la dernière personne est là. Ah, on va demander à Dune. Dune. Je sais pas comment vous dites son nom. Ouais.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Belobog so soon. It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and even the Silvermane guards have had trouble dealing with them.
Moi, je consultais au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
You need my opinion, I'm happy to help.
La lune, ce qui se passe avec la CPI et parler du choix que doit faire Bronya.
So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can do to assist her?
We're here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of time. What's your take?
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course. There is no room for compromise. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract? Faced with this sort of coercion, we must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not an option. You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into their trap.
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dun. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Bon.
Did we miss anyone in the overworld? I think we asked just about everyone we needed to. From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the overworld are leaning towards signing the IPC's contract. We'd better hurry to the underworld and see what Natasha and Zila make of it all.
Bon, continuons. Ok. J'aime pas que les quêtes se chevauchent. C'est bon.
What brings you two to the underworld? And why the long face?
Nous voulons te consulter au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
Seems a little out of the blue, but since you came all this way, it must be urgent.
Raconter à Natasha ce qui se passe avec la CPI, Gad. Parler du choix que doit faire Bronya.
That is a lot of information to take in. Sorry, both of you. I know you're in a hurry, but I need a moment to think.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us what you really think.
I've thought about it, and... well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it. I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belobog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security will end up with neither. Living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful cage.
Wow, that's a pretty convincing argument. Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight, Nat.
Bon, ça s'est égalisé. Le choix... Ah. Oleg.
None other than the saviors of Belobog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me.
Oh, mais ça va.
But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping by to say hi.
Je voulais vous consulter au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
Let me guess. Something to do with these unruly people in black showing up everywhere? Well, ask away. It just so happens I'm curious about them myself. Maybe I can be of some help.
Racontez à Oleg ce qui se passe avec la CPI, vous parlez du choix qu'on doit faire Bronya.
I see. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone someone as young as Lady Bronya.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belobog, you have the most life experience. What do you think we should do?
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belobog back to its former self overnight, Then I think the answer is clear. Have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, is that something we can manage on our own? What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
Bronya, la dernière gardienne suprême. Je pense qu'elle en est capable.
I think so too, but could you imagine having to hear names like the traitorous ruler for the rest of your life? Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg. Another vote for the 4 pile.
Bon. Et le dernier vote. Ah, c'est Clara. Je pense pas qu'on va demander à Svarog vu qu'il n'est pas là. Ça va être égalité, hein, je pense.
Miss Marche, big sister, what brings you to the underworld?
Hey there, Clara. Is Svarog not around?
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with a lady called Topaz.
What? Topaz? Do you know where they went?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Svarog promised he'd be back soon.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get his opinion.
L'opinion de Clara est tout aussi importante.
True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her age.
Huh? Miss Marche, do you want to ask me something?
À côté de Clara, ce qui se passe avec la CPI, il parlait du choix que doit faire Bronya. Ah là là, on devrait demander à tout le monde.
That's complicated. I don't know what to say.
It's all right, Clara. No pressure. Just tell us how you feel about it.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's decision. Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams. Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true? Just taking away people's dreams like that. I don't know. It feels wrong.
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is possible. Just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me shiver. Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us.
Ok, l'opinion d'autres résidents, les votes sont à égalité.
All that running around has worn me out. So, the final conclusion is... the votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really compelling arguments.
Il nous reste encore une personne à voir.
Oh, right! We haven't asked Zila. She's probably still in the Great Mine helping the miners. Come on, let's get going.
Ok, on va aller voir Syl. Je pense qu'elle va dire qu'elle n'est pas d'accord.
Back so soon? Any news? Are you feeling all right? You look a little uneasy.
Un document dans le coin. On doit te consulter au sujet de quelque chose d'important.
Important matter, huh? I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a light-hearted chat. But I'm ready to hear it.
Côté assise, ce qui se passe avec la CPI, parler du choix que doit faire Bronya. Bon, de quoi c'est... Qu'est-ce qu'elle va dire?
I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belobog was at stake, right?
Right. I need a little time to process this.
As it stands, the votes are even. Your opinion will make all the difference.
Ah, vas-y, mets-le encore plus la pression, Marche.
In that case, I abstain.
What?
Ton vote est d'une importance capitale.
I've thought about it. This responsibility rests on Bronya's shoulders, not mine. No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. She can see the bigger picture more clearly than I can. The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly impact her final choice. I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but it's not my place to make it for her.
Understood, Zila. This is a difficult decision to make, and everyone feels differently about it. It's times like these that a leader must stand up and do what's needed.
Right. It's Bronya's decision. She knows what's at stake. She won't run away from her duty. I trust her wholeheartedly. If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning. She'll understand.
Well, it's all in Bronya's hands now. She has to make the final call.
La décision va changer le sort de toute la planète.
Right? I'm glad Belobog has someone like her in charge. The time has come. Let's go fill her in. I'm curious to see how she's handling those Klapoth ministers.
Ouais. Matum des mineurs. Ah! Plein de documents. Un petit coffre, d'autres documents.
Looks good.
Tiens, le mineur paresseux, il est là. Ça va? Allez, debout là-dedans. Bien, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Oh, c'est encore toi. Comment ça se trouve? On dirait qu'il y a un truc entre nous. C'est l'heure du petit déjeuner. J'ai passé la journée à dormir. T'as rien mangé de la journée? Oh, ça ne fait qu'un jour, hein, ce n'est rien. Une fois, je n'ai rien volé pendant 3 jours. C'est mon record d'ailleurs. Donc, hein, ce n'est rien. Je ne vais pas en mourir. Regarde, je pète la forme. Pas la peine d'avoir pitié de moi, ce n'est rien. En fait, pourquoi m'avoir encore réveillé? Je suis quelqu'un de curieux. Ah oui, c'est le gars qui a perdu ses affaires avec Sampo dans la quête. Qu'en fais-tu pour vivre avec un budget aussi serré? Oh, je suis pas dépensier, je n'ai qu'une bouche à nourrir. Et je ne prends encore pas par jour, comme moi. Je ferai pas mal d'économies sur la nourriture. Non, je cherche pas spécialement à mettre de l'argent de côté. Juste que la plupart du temps, je dors, je ne travaille pas beaucoup non plus, et ma consommation de calories est donc naturellement faible. Faire les emplettes, ce n'est pas mon truc. Content de ce que j'ai. Les vêtements que je porte ne datent pas d'hier. Quant à mes autres possessions matérielles, je n'ai tout simplement pas besoin. Pas de question. Le gars. Bon. Quand on en fera de cliffotes.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Whoa, the fort's packed. I've never seen this many people here before. Oh, jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
Qu'est-ce qu'on va pouvoir faire? Bon.
Marche, you're back. So, what's the verdict? What do the people think?
We talked to people in both the overworld and the underworld. The final result was a tie.
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. I can't say I'm surprised. What was Zila's perspective on the matter?
Je soutiendrai, qu'importe ta décision que tu prendras.
I should have known. That sounds like Zila, all right.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers? Oh, it's so loud I can't tell what anyone's saying.
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party is willing to compromise. The time has come to make a decision. This chaos cannot be allowed to continue any longer.
How could you
Enough! All of you! I know what to do.
Wait! I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
But aren't you?
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, Marche. Real as they come.
Miss Himeko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without your support. If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome. I'm afraid the current circumstances are quite exceptional.
I understand, Miss Rania. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel.
Vous avez une solution à proposer, Himeko?
I hesitate to call it a solution, but I might have some information that might help. It is my hope that with this information, you will be better equipped as the Supreme Guardian to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himeko.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belobog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
C'est que toutes les planètes qui ont accepté le contrat de la CPI n'ont pas survécu.
You mean...
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
Effectivement, oui. C'est pas beaucoup, hein.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
Donc c'est risqué, mais Topaz a quand même de bonnes chances de réussir ce qu'elle promet. Ok.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himeko. This information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader, I cannot let the future of Belobog hinge on a roll of the dice.
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Bronya.
Astro friends, I have an idea, but for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation. I need some time to rally all the residents in the city, and then I'll meet with Topaz again. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belobog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Belobog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe, everyone.
Au message. Bronya, Jetpad, nous pouvons discuter ici, Jetpad. Je t'autorise à faire part de tes rapports à l'équipage. Aux ordres, Dame Bronya. Vous êtes battu? Le gardien suprême m'a envoyé dans la ville de Rivette. Je suis à la tête d'un groupe de gardes de criniers d'argent et d'automates qui a pour mission de mettre un terme à la question de la CPI. La Garde suprême m'a envoyé dans la ville de Rivette. Je suis à la tête d'un groupe de gardes de clignotant d'argent et d'automates qui a pour mission de mettre un terme à l'incursion de la CPI. Oui, notre défense était efficace, mais Topaz est arrivé en personne à utiliser une technologie permettant de prendre le contrôle de tous nos automates en un claquement de doigts. Topaz s'envoie atteindre une zone spécifique située dans les profondeurs de la ville de Rivette. Raison qui m'échappe, Svarog est aussi à ses côtés. Svarog? Il va encore nous mettre des bâtons dans les roues. J'espère que non. Mon instinct me dit que quelque chose d'autre se trame, mais je ne saurais pas dire quoi pour le moment. Au moins, nous savons où trouver Topaz. Allons, Marche. Bon.
Shepard should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old stomping grounds for another adventure.
Bon, on va faire une pause. Je dois promener le chien dans un quart d'heure. C'est extinction des lumières dehors, donc je préfère faire ça avant. On se retrouve donc très rapidement pour la suite. Bon, après... Bon, à part quelqu'un qui a laissé un pouce bleu, il n'y a pas grand monde dans le chat. Bon, pas grave. Hop, à plus pour la suite.